misinformation. Everything from he's still alive to that's a mannequin in the casket. And as an embalmer, I can't sit back and let people take these wild stories at face value. Yes, this is hard to talk about, but death is hard. He is gone, and the world is already talking about it. So instead of adding to the rumor mill, I'm here to put the facts out there to explain what's normal, what's not, and to hopefully bring some clarity to a situation that's already incredibly painful. The yellow coloring in his hands, totally normal in embalming. Circulation isn't happening anymore, so the extremities often look darker, sallow, or yellowed. Lighting in funeral homes can also exaggerate that look. I've seen that exact presentation hundreds of times. Now, as an embalmer myself, I'll be honest, I'm a little disappointed in the color of his hands. I know the embalmer who worked on him may not like me saying this on the internet, but I feel like the cosmetics could have definitely been handled better. Hands and lips are two of the hardest areas for us to restore cosmetically. Hands dry out really quickly after death, and lips lose their natural moisture and fullness. If we don't hydrate the body properly, or if you use the wrong cosmetics, you get uneven skin tones, yellowing, graying, or just that slightly off color people are noticing in the photos. Another thing people bring up a lot is why do they look waxy? That waxy look isn't because the person is fake or a mannequin. It's because the skin itself has changed. Once the embalming fluid replaces the blood, the skin is no longer being hydrated or oxygenated like it was in life. The texture literally shifts. On top of that, mortuary cosmetics are designed to sit differently than everyday makeup. We're working on skin that isn't absorbing product. Sometimes wax is used to rebuild areas. For example, if there's trauma, dehydration, or tissue loss, then makeup goes over that. The result can look smooth, even a little too smooth, or that's where that plastic or waxy description comes from. It's one of the biggest challenges we face, making someone look as natural as possible while working with skin and features that are no longer alive. On the stuffed appearance, some people said he looks stuffed. That's likely because he probably underwent an autopsy. In most gunshot cases, even when the cause of death seems obvious, a full autopsy is performed. That means Y-incision, removal, and examination of organs, then everything is placed back in and sutured up. To protect the embalmer's work, we often place the body in a plastic Unionol suit. Think of it like a jumpsuit that holds everything in place. That can give that little bit of a firm look people are noticing, or if you've ever been to a funeral and you went to touch your loved one's arm and you feel something plastic underneath, that's that Unionol suit. A lot of people have asked me if it's even possible to have an open casket after a gunshot wound, and the answer is yes, it's very possible. It depends entirely on where the wound is and how much damage was done. In Charlie's case, we all saw in the video that the wound was in his neck. Now, I can't say for certain if it was a through and through, but how embalmers handle injuries like that. Embalming proceeds as normal, blood is replaced with embalming fluid to preserve the body. Wound closures. If the tissue allows, we will suture the wound closed. In areas where stitching isn't possible, say the skin is torn or irregular, we use what's called a basket weave stitch, which crisscrosses the area so we can build on top of it with wax restoration. After stitching, mortuary wax or a restorative filler is applied over the area to smooth out the surface. Wax gives us a base that looks like natural skin. We may use airbrush cosmetics or cream-based mortuary cosmetics that are designed to...
Charlie Kirk was fatally shot on September 10th while speaking at Utah Valley University. Investigators say 22-year-old Tyler James Robinson acted alone. He legally bought the gun earlier this year, and police are still digging into his online activity to learn more about his motive. So far, no direct ties to any political group have been confirmed, though authorities note the heated climate may have influenced his actions. Robinson is now held without bail on capital murder charges, and prosecutors are weighing the death penalty. The FBI and Homeland Security are assisting the case, looking at whether this points to broader threats against public figures. At the same time, many are questioning how campus security allowed a firearm into the venue in the first place. Public response has been sharp and divided. Supporters are holding vigils and calling Kirk a martyr, while others urge against using his death for politics. AI-generated videos that show Kirk speaking after his passing have stirred outrage and concern about misinformation. As his September 21st memorial approaches at State Farm Stadium in Arizona, authorities are preparing for huge crowds and tight security.